Hello, everybody. Dr. T here again with a little bit of information regarding empathy and those types of clients that really challenge us to be empathetic or empathic. For some of us, those might be child abusers, rapists, criminals. That is very difficult. However, I learned along the way that most perpetrators have been victims somewhere in their life. So I look for the victim in the perpetrator. This is not letting the perpetrator off from their behaviors. It's not letting them off from the consequences. What this is allowing us as a counselor to get in touch with that victim part of that client sitting in front of us. Here's a really good example from my clinical life. When I was an employee assistance counselor, I had a client come in who was a skinhead. Looked like one, talked like one, admitted to being one. That was very difficult for me, with the racist background and whatnot. And of course, the hair on the back of my neck kind of stood up. And so deep breathing, thinking about, okay, how did he get here? How did he get to be a skinhead? So when I started asking questions, this young man didn't have a chance. He grew up in a family whose father was a skinhead, part of the KKK here in southern Missouri. It's very strong still, unfortunately. He grew up without a positive mother influence and obviously not a positive father influence. He was taken to these meetings from birth on. He was virtually indoctrinated. And this young man, early 20s, really had not had a chance to meet people of diversity and be able to really sit down and get to know them. So looking at him being indoctrinated, from birth on, helped me get in touch with, he was victimized by his father and the skinhead and the KKK. And so what I did is I worked with him, and I only had a brief 6 sessions with him because he was mandatory, but I worked with him in regards to communication at work, in regards to how to manage up, because he was getting trouble with obviously his verbiage at work regarding, race, ethnicity, diversity. And I highly recommended that he talk with someone, and I referred him to a white male on purpose, to talk about his history and how it affects him today. Positive, good, bad, ugly. I'm not sure if he followed up more than a few sessions. I know the psychologist did let me know that he met with him several times, but I don't know the outcome. So, moral of the story, when you're when you're having challenges for empathy, look for the victim in the person sitting in front of you. Whether they recognize it or not, that can help us with our internal systems in being able to empathize. I hope this helps.